What's going on, everybody? It's Chris Classic. I'm dropping a car vlog leaving work. I hope you guys are having a wonderful and a blessed day. I know that it is President's Day, and a lot of people are giving honor and thanks to presidents and everything like that. But I'm going to give thanks to the Lord, King of Kings, the one who is the ultimate ruler. And I'm also going to tell you guys that I love you, God loves you, Christ loves you, and everything. We can overcome a whole bunch of things, and you just need to pray to talk to God. God requires us to talk to Him. Seek Him for yourself as well. God bless. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to the C3 Ultimate Wrestling YouTube channel. Me and my wife's professional wrestling company. We have all our matches from our previous show, Press Start 2, available to watch. And we also have another show called 10. And it's our 10th show in June in Indiana. So I will be talking about that in the future. Mercedes Mone, whatever she goes by, because I've heard like two different pronunciations of her name. She had her match last Saturday against Kairi. I don't know if she goes by Kairi Sane or not in New Japan, but they had their match. I watched the match, and I am telling you guys that match was very good, and it was very decent, and I was expecting a great match. Look, regardless of how you feel about the lady, that lady can wrestle. That lady can go. That lady is a good worker. A lot of people get mad at her for a lot of things, but you can't be mad at her for doing her own thing and stuff like that. That match was good. She is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. She may not be your favorite, or you may disagree, and that's fine. I'm not here to call you out your name, disrespect you, or discredit your wrestling knowledge, but she is showing that she is one of the greatest, not even just women, but just wrestler, period. She's a great wrestler, y'all. I'm just saying. Kairi, shout out to her, she did her thing too. Kairi Sane was always like a big sensation and things like that, even before she even was signed to WWE and did her thing there. So she's been doing her thing. So these women put on a great match. This is a match that I would say is replay worthy. Watch it again and again. I liked Mercedes, how she was working the arm. It was just something about an old school aspect of it, to work the arm, so make sure she wouldn't do the elbow and things like that. I'm not going into every detail of the match, but I thought it was very good. She had a tribute to a fallen wrestler that a lot of people love and things like that, and it worked. The crowd was chanting her name, and I love that it was sold out. A lot of people are debating about it being sold out, saying that show is always sells out. And then my thing is, it's a darn if you do, darn if you don't thing. If they did not sell out this year, then people would have said, oh, well, I thought Mercedes was supposed to draw. I thought this and that. So like I said, people are going to always try to find a way to discredit this woman. I am a Mercedes fan. You get what I'm saying? I don't know her personally. Like, some of y'all going a little bit too far with certain things like that, but she is a phenomenal wrestler to me, and to me, one of the the foundation for the Four Horsewomen and stuff like that. I've already talked about, like, if the rumors are true about she wanted as much money as Becky did, if it's true, I'm like, why wasn't she getting that in the first place? Now, I understand Becky had her moment and was having her moment and stuff like that, but to just discredit the boss like that, as when she was Sasha Banks, it's crazy to me. You can't even give me a reason why, unless I'm talking about something else I don't want to go into. You guys know we ain't gonna do this on Black History Month, but we're gonna give credit to Mercedes Mone. Kairi Sane did her thing. Like I said again, I'm gonna give her credit and everything like that. Mercedes is showing that you should follow your dreams, and it doesn't matter what other people say. Sometimes you're going to have to go into a territory that you're not familiar with, and she did it. Regardless if she would have lost or won or anything like that, I think that she should be very proud of what she has done and what she has become and everything like that, because she talks very heavy about mental health and things like that, and people saying things and all that, and then a lot of people have a thing about her having an attitude. My take on her having an attitude is, other wrestlers had an attitude too that worked for that same companies. Some got pushed, some got punished, some did not. We've seen, like I said, the Charlotte and Becky thing where they dropped the prestigious titles on the ground or whatever spat they was going to. And then we went through Corey or Michael Cole, one of the two, saying that Sasha and Naomi was very unprofessional and stuff like that. We don't know everything behind closed doors. But going into that, I don't want to say that, oh, she always has an attitude and she's going to quit and she's going to do this and that. I don't want to hear that, because a lot of these wrestlers take breaks, and if it's not mental health, it's an injury or something like that, or they just taking time to spend time with family. So I ain't trying to hear that. This is where I go as far as this. If you're not a fan of Sasha, that is fine. That is okay. I am not a fan of every wrestler. I encourage people to do better, to be better. And then I need to be better myself in certain aspects of wrestling too. I will say that. I call out a lot of stuff I don't like. Sometimes I have a good take. Some people say, well, this is what I say. Sometimes I see new things. That's fine too. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, for the sake of wrestling, if you don't like somebody, then okay, fine. Because you have people that are great wrestlers that people don't like. You don't have to like somebody because they're a great wrestler. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where their preconceived notion came from. You know, sometimes people do their job to where you don't like them, and sometimes they're just not your cup of tea or coffee or Mone. That was corny, but we're gonna keep going. That's fine. My issue is when you don't like somebody so much that you hope they do bad. Now, you got to be careful when you say these kind of things, and I don't want to be around or partake in being around people that's like that you hope somebody messes up, because when you wrestle, you're also wrestling against other people or having a match you're involved with. So wanting them to mess up or slip up and stuff like that, that can hurt them, that can hurt other people too. And you need to check yourself. You know, people died in the ring for stuff like that. You know, a lot of people were salty because of the situation with Saraya, formerly known as Paige, and then they blamed Sasha for Paige having to retire and stuff like that, despite Paige, Saraya, all these people with these name changes said that basically like it was a freak accident and stuff like that. But a lot of people was upset because they love Saraya so much. But it's like, and I love Samoa Joe, but a lot of people don't bring up the fact that it was a freak accident with the muscle buster that messed up TJ. What's his wrestling name? I'm calling him TJ. You guys know what I'm talking about. Natalia's husband. Well, that's his name, TJ. What do you call by Teddy? Teddy? I forgot. Please forgive me. I'm brainstorming while I'm talking. But yeah, when that happened, he basically had to retire and stuff, and he still has a job and stuff like that. But a lot of people don't hold that to Samoa Joe's head or whatever like that. You know, and I like Teddy. I thought Teddy was good. TJ Wilson, I think that was his name. But I can't believe I had a while. I know his name. But going back into it, there's a lot of takes where accidents happen, and it's just like people aren't like mad or they forgiving and stuff. Don't get me wrong, like this kind of stuff, you know, you don't want to hurt nobody. You know, you don't. And I think just a lot of people just took it too far because of their disgust for Sasha or their admiration for Saraya at the time. Accidents happen, freak accidents happen, and things like that. So it's just like, just be careful, you know, talking about these kind of things that you hope that they do bad and stuff. You know, a lot of people was happy that she left WWE. Oh, good for her. They was happy that Naomi left too. Oh, they need to go. WWE doesn't need them and stuff like that. And then they go to a new company. Then they're like, wait, not that company. No, you're not that. People are mad at her for winning the title in her first match. I'm like, how many times have people have debuted and had great matches and won? He's on Brock Lesnar, I think Kurt Angle. You have a lot of people who have done that in other companies, other organizations, and even in New Japan. So you can't really, you know, like I said, that's your choice. That's your choice. But just, if you don't like her, and somebody has said it today that they're not a fan, and I'm like, okay, cool. Well, that's your choice. I think she's a great wrestler. I do like her, and I do think she's very influential, especially with social media and stuff like that. But she is showing people how to be successful and things like that. You know, people still talked about her even though she wasn't in the company. That's the funny thing. A lot of people who were praising and cheering that she was out of the company were still talking about her. She put on a banger. Her and Kyrie, they put on a banger. I do recommend you guys watch the match. You know, I do recommend it. You know, like the lady can wrestle. Like I don't care about this attitude stuff. Don't get me wrong. Bad attitudes go on a long way. I'm not saying you have to accept an attitude or whatever like that. But if you're gonna Say that for one person, say it for a lot of other people who have shown attitudes via social media, via videos, via what they do on TV and stuff like that. You know, shout out to Mercedes, man. Like I'm very happy for her. I'm happy for a lot of wrestlers and stuff like that. You know, hopefully this inspires people to bank, not pun intended, but bank on yourself, basically. You know, bank on yourself. You know, a lot of us are wrestlers, and some of us, you know, we don't like the positions we are in certain companies. So, you know, either voice it or do it and enjoy it, or find other spots. You know, there's a lot of companies and stuff like that. Make sure it's a professional wrestling company and things like that. You know, this is pretty dope. You know, a lot of people, you know, you can't, you know, she's a history maker and stuff. So this is dope. I think it's truly dope to see her. Only funny thing that I will say, man, that wig she had on was holding on for dear life though, man. Good Lord. I was like, she kept pulling it down. One time it almost flew off her head. Like, the match was so good, her wig tried to leave so he could get a front row seat so he can watch the match. Man, you got she tried, you know, but hey, you know, it's Mercedes, only Mercedes and stuff. So, like I said, watch the match. The match is good. This lady is on top of the world right now. To me, she's always been a top wrestler, regardless of gender and stuff like that. And like I said, once again, if you disagree, if you don't like her, that's fine. That is totally fine. But just going as far as like hoping somebody mess up that could potentially hurt somebody or hurt herself or hurt other people, that's not cool. I mean, like, we can sit here and say, okay, well, this person needs training. That's one thing. Hey, you want them to train to get better, or you want them to train to look safer. That's fine. But to be like, I hope they mess up in the match. Think about the longevity of you saying that. You know, I understand being passionate, but don't be evil. So, what do you guys think? Did you guys see the match? Did you guys like the match? How was it to you guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. This is Chris Classic. Let's take it home.